tuning in this Wednesday morning. A little bit rainy out there, 50 degrees right now, and the temperatures are promising to get cooler again after today. Tonight, not so bad. Tomorrow night, 41. Friday night, 37 degrees. We're looking forward to Friday evening.
Yes,
because the first Friday art walk is this Friday evening, and I kind of like doing that. You know, I feel like when we do the music, it's kind of like Woody Allen.
Oh, okay.
Because Woody Allen, everybody knows him as a movie guy and everything, but he also plays clarinet, and he just goes out for the fun of it. It's not like he depends on that to make a living.
Yeah.
He just goes out and has fun, plays his instrument, and
Nice.
It'd be cool to bump into somebody with that much fame and just see them playing a clarinet.
Yeah.
I guess it would be cool, but.
That would be cool.
See, Travolta should do that. He should just get a guitar and go strum it over at
or a kazoo.
O'Malley's Alley or something.
Yeah, he could get a kazoo. Those are
He's
fun.
a good singer. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
I've heard him sing. He sings pretty good.
Yeah. that's
Obviously,
right.
we've all heard him sing in Grease.
Yeah.
What was that
exactly.
one he dressed up as a woman? Hair?
A hairspray.
Hairspray?
Yeah, hairspray.
Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Of course, he comes on the air with us each day to remind us of the important mission that we all have of donating blood, if you can, because if you can, then you're the only way the blood banks get blood is by you donating it. And the message is important, and it is sponsored. And that's why we want to thank our sponsor. Penn Flooring sponsors this message, providing quality customer service, beautiful flooring. They've been in business for over a quarter of a century. Go visit their spacious showroom. Check out the flooring options. They are located at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, just over that railroad crossing bridge. And tell them you heard about them on WOCA, and thank them for sponsoring this segment with Galen. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are you all this morning?
Pretty good. I want to give you enough time to recap what we were talking about yesterday. But I wanted to make sure that I was clear.
Well, and my wife called me, and she afterwards, and I did. She sometimes listens to the segment, sometimes not. She goes, "Why were you getting so upset?" I'm like, I think Larry said the same thing. I didn't feel like I was getting upset, but I guess my voice sounded like I was getting upset.
It did.
I really wasn't. And I don't. And usually we've been doing this show long enough. We're pretty good at communicating and sharing each other's thoughts.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think either one of us were. Let's kind of start it over. I know it's all about the FDA deferral. They made the male-to-male sex.
Right.
They're going to make that a 1-year deferral instead of permanent ban.
Right. Right.
And
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I just wanted you to understand my position. First of all, I'm not anti-gay. I don't have.
And I never took that. And I never.
Okay.
Personally, I never.
But I
felt
think
that.
the thing we disagreed on is that you perceived the. What do you call it? A deferral when you can't give blood? You perceived the deferral of gay men as somehow discriminatory against the person. I felt like it was discriminatory against the possibility that their blood could be tainted. Joe gave me that word yesterday, tainted. and I wanted to compare it to something that I went through one time. I went on an outing with Robin and her husband, and this was when I was married, so we were all together. And everybody wanted to go on these little paddle boats. And the guy who rents out the paddle boats looked me over and said, "You can't go, you're too heavy." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I didn't take it as, I was disappointed, but I didn't feel like he was picking on me. He was looking out for the safety of me and anybody else who would be sitting in that boat with me. And I think the same thing was here. And that's why I brought up the early lessons in my life about because this is kind of hard to wrap your head around because we're so different now than we used to be. But when you took health class as a student in my day, in Robin's
60s.
day, and a lot of the FDA rules probably came from people who took those same classes, and then some. I'm sure they did more than that. But venereal disease was the word. Nobody said STDs. Nobody said AIDS. They said gonorrhea. They said herpes.
Syphilis.
They said syphilis.
Yeah.
But they basically said all venereal disease can harbor, what do you call it? Hibernate? Incubate for 20 years. Period. Everything. Anything you can get through sex can take 20 years, except for pregnancy. That takes 9 months.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where I said, okay, this was the thinking then, and therefore the reason for the ruling. I'm okay with it if you. I mean, you explained it to me that we have a 1 year grace period, and you're not even happy with that, which I do understand your position. But I just wanted you to know that I wasn't.
Yeah, and I think I think that's I now understand your point, and what the point I was trying to make is the FDA cannot rest on the public's perception or what people believe to be happening and the politics, and that happens way too much with the FDA. They really need to go and look at the science. They need their decision making needs to be based on what do the facts say about our testing, about the way HIV is transmitted, the risk factors, and things like that. And that was a point I was trying to make. And because I understand my son. He came home yesterday. It was one of those ironical things. He goes, "Dad, guess what?" And he goes, "I can't play basketball in gym class for 6 weeks because I got to learn about STDs." And I just laughed.
What?
And yeah, because they're taking, he's in 8th grade. They're taking some STD class at PE, and I'm like, "You're kidding?" He goes, and he's reading these stories, and I was listening to you say, "Well, when I was going to school, they told me that, it could be 20 years." And he's reading this story about how this person has sex one time with this person they've been dating for 3 years, and they get an STD, and now they're sterile for the rest of their life. And I'm like, wow, there you go. There's your scare tactics that you were referring to. And again, I don't believe the FDA should make their rulings based on that. That's more of a teaching tool, if you will, than actual scientific information.
Well, and okay, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that because I don't know. I mean, I would presume that the schools would have something scientific behind what they say, but
well, no. I mean, what they're doing is they're using these worst case scenarios in order to kind of paint a picture of how easy it is, I guess, in their minds, how easy it is to get an STD and how this sexual encounter can completely change your life. I get that. I understand that. I respect it. But what we're teaching, 13 and 14-year-old kids should not be what the decision-making of the FDA.
Right.
They should base it on something completely different.
So has anybody...
Right? Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, but I don't have the answers. I just was looking for answers more than anything. Has anybody ever gotten AIDS through a transfusion?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, how did that blood get tainted?
It's happened, okay, and again, we have to go back in time. So prior to the deferral, and I'm not saying there was a time when the deferral was absolutely needed, because we weren't sure of, one, the cause of HIV for a while and how it was spread. So, for example, the most famous case is Arthur Ashe, who received AIDS via a blood transfusion. Okay? Arthur Ashe, famous tennis player.
Right.
Huge HIV advocate and AIDS advocate. So he actually received a blood transfusion and contracted HIV. So the FDA said, oh my gosh, and they dragged their feet and took too long to put this in place back then. And so that's when they made the deferral. About 15 years ago, a new test was put in place where they're testing for the RNA of the virus in the human body. So what that means is before it's actually active and spread throughout the body where you're actually showing signs of it. And that's what they mean when it's dormant in your body. It's not that the virus isn't there. It's just not large enough or hasn't taken over enough of your cells in your body for you to show the symptoms of it.
Right.
But this test, the RNA, and says whether or not you have this disease, this virus, and if you've been exposed to it. And the window period's about 3 weeks.
So if somebody has AIDS or the HIV virus, whatever
right.
it's called, and let's see, and they stick to the 1 year thing, they would know it by then. So right. And what about the phlebotomists? I mean, the phlebotomists. I've never seen it, thank goodness, but I know they've talked about getting splashed and splattered with blood Aren't they at risk?
Absolutely, and that's why no matter where you're at, you should treat. And what we do is we treat every blood sample that we have is contaminated, so that we take the highest level of precaution. The biggest risk right now to our blood supply, up until probably 8 or 9 years ago, was hepatitis C, and hepatitis C can kill you just as fast as HIV. So until we had a test, the same RNA test for hepatitis C, it was a big problem. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing, and I've said this a million times, there is the blood supply is as safe as it's ever been. But that doesn't mean it's 100% safe, because we're still dealing with human beings. And there are diseases and viruses out there that we're not aware of yet, I'm sure, that will pop up again. My belief is that it's a slippery slope if you're going to start deferring someone, and really stereotyping an entire group of individuals based on their sexual behavior. Because if you look at the data, then we shouldn't take blood from, young African American men. We shouldn't take blood from young African American women, and that's
and explain why. I know why, because you sent us a thing, but
sure,
explain why.
They're at a very high risk group when you're looking at the general population. If you look at who gets HIV, they're second and third on the list.
Right.
And so again, that's why I say you got to go back to the science, and that's why we ask all those questions that we ask, right? I mean, that's the purpose of them, is to help screen it. But we don't ask, for example, and this is the one I hear all the time from the gay community is, well, you're not asking the frat guy. It's a bad example, I agree with it. You're not asking the frat guy how many sexual partners he had. You're just asking if one of those sexual partners happened to be another man. And that's, I believe that's a fair criticism, but that's all.
All right, we had callers yesterday that we didn't get to, so let me let some of them, because the reason we're doing it 2 days in a row is because we really, I don't think I expressed my position clearly. You said the same thing about yourself, so we were both probably all over the map with our opinions, and we didn't get anybody on the air. So let me squeeze in some calls. Good morning, you're on the air with Galen.
Good morning. Well, I missed yesterday, so I don't know if this may have already been addressed, but it was my understanding that it's all about immune system. That if you get stuck by a needle that had been used on a patient, an HIV patient, the odds of you actually getting HIV are still very, very rare. Is this true?
That is true, yes.
So it's sort of a big panic thing, that the thought that maybe you would have a strong immune system.
Are you referring to the needle they use at the blood center?
Well, no, I'm just referring to anybody who gets stuck by a needle with a needle that has been used on an HIV patient.
But the needles are never used twice, are they, Galen?
Yeah.
No, they're not. But what I think what she's referring to is that there is a risk of, for example, when Magic Johnson came out and said he had HIV, and these basketball players said, look, I don't want to play basketball with him, because again, we weren't sure how the disease was transmitted. It is a fact that diseases and bloodborne pathogens are more easily spread through anal sex than vaginal sex. I don't want to get too down into the dirt with it, but that's a fact.
That was pretty deep.
That is an absolute fact. So,
okay.
Like that one, Larry?
I like that one, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Karen. Karen, did you have anything else you want to ask?
Well, you were talking about the most famous case. Wasn't even the most famous case a kid who was actually a hemophiliac who took in blood from an HIV patient, and he
the one that Elton John became friends with, right?
Yeah. I think I mean there's examples of it, especially the hemophiliacs who received a lot of blood transfusion, and I mean that's why the FDA made the ruling they did, and that's also why our testing is so much better. And to put it into perspective, prior to this what we call it's nucleic acid testing. But prior to that, the window period was 6 to 8 months, and then with this test, it dropped down to less than 3 weeks.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Okay. So the bottom line is that even if you get stuck or even if you get exposed, the chances of winding up with it are not that great.
That's correct.
Rare.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank
correct.
you.
Thank you. All right. Let's take a little break. And if you want to continue this, we can. No problem. But if you don't, I do have some things that get better as we get older.
Okay.
If you want. All right, we'll take a little break and be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be mostly cloudy today with a few showers crossing the area. Highs anywhere from the mid-60s in the northernmost part of the zone to 74 in the southernmost part. Cloudy tonight with periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Lows ranging from 52 in the northernmost part of the zone to 62 along the coast. Probably becoming windy and cooler with rain in the morning. Then clouds will break for some sun in the afternoon. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and auto owner's insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and voicemail menu. Auto owner's insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you with all of your insurance needs 24/7. Now that's good policy. Visit George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today. Go to www.manganinsurance.com.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
All right, 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen Unold is on the phone. I like that fun with Galen. And sometimes we get into serious discussions, especially in September, because of September 11th. You know what's interesting? Oh, and I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into the Super Bowl thing because there was a discussion about the Seahawks coach.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but I do have a fun topic. Now, the best way to do this topic is to say, are you old enough to agree with this list? So this is a list of things, of gifts or things that get better as you get older. Things that get better as you get older. Okay.
This will be fun.
Or get more exciting as you get older. The question is, are you old enough to agree with this? Each item. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Getting socks as a gift. Is it exciting yet?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I'm old enough.
Yes.
I'm old enough now. If I get
socks.
sock. All right, number 2, getting fancy kitchen appliances.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Not fun to pay for them though.
Yeah, so getting a fancy kitchen appliance. That'd be fun. Reading online reviews of fancy kitchen appliances is more exciting as you get older.
Oh, my.
I guess it has to be because it's not like it's something you do when you're 19.
Yeah, but are you old enough yet, personally?
Yes.
You are old enough now. Okay. Yeah, I think I am too.
Yeah.
All right, the next one I can relate to really well. Going for walks without needing to actually get anywhere. becomes more exciting as you get older.
That's pretty good.
Just like walking on the beach with your girlfriend. When you're really young, you can't
But there's a
understand
purpose to walking on the right. You're hoping that is it this romantic kind of a thing?
Yeah, right. You're hoping it becomes something else.
It needs to lead to something else. You do A and B to get to C or Z.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are, in that case, you are walking to get somewhere. So
That's exactly right. So it's kind of yes, I understand why you would do that.
something else that gets more exciting as you get older is plants. For some reason, you buy a plant. Oh, this is cool. Look at this plant I got here.
Yeah.
I don't.
Does that include? There comes a time when you have your own house, and you start to care about your yard. And
Yeah,
you hated
right.
yard work as a child. Yes,
Exactly.
So if that's what you mean, yes, I understand that one.
And houseplants. Sorry, I would say indoor houseplants. Now the next one is interesting because I can actually relate to this, but it's so hard to believe that I actually relate to this. So I must be getting older. Folding laundry because it's soothing.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, so you're not old enough yet.
All the laundry in my house, I don't like.
It's like a meditation time. You're thinking about things. You're folding laundry.
Yeah, right.
What are you thinking about when you're folding your underwear, Larry? I don't know.
Whatever I got on my mind.
Well, maybe your wife's underwear accidentally got mixed in with yours, and then, you pull out this thong and stuff. It's like, wow, this is great.
Well, the next thing you know, Robin, we're walking on the beach.
That's good. Or planning a picnic at the train station.
Yeah.
Well,
Valentine's
of course. I mean, that's for only. I won't do that until Saturday.
Yeah, we got a Valentine's Day gig.
Valentine's Day is on Saturday this year.
Oh
so
no! So I guess next Friday we'll be talking.
I'm sure the train station will be packed.
We'll do a video.
The older you get, the more exciting it is to know that your boss is matching your 401k contribution.
That's funny because it's true. Yeah.
The older you get, the more exciting it is to have a hobby that does not require you leaving the house.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I agree with that. It's, especially with the kids and everything else. It's just like we're always going somewhere and doing something. Yeah.
The older you get, the more exciting it is to get the extra cleaning supplies, not just the laundry detergent, like the Oxo Bright.
Nope, I'm not there yet.
The oxygen brightening, or the what's it called again? Ammonia.
And the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. That's pretty cool.
I'm not there yet.
The older you get, the more exciting it is to find a movie that actually starts before 7 p.m.
Yeah, that's the only movies we go to.
So you can relate to that one.
Well, one, you can't afford to go to the after 7.
That's right.
See, I haven't been to the movie in so long, I didn't even realize that. It's more expensive at night, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The next thing you get more excited about as you get older is the bar that is quiet so you can chill out with friends and actually hear what they're saying.
I haven't been inside of a bar, Larry, in years. And it's not because I choose not to. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't done it.
I haven't either, but I
should go to a bar. I don't know.
But when I played bars, we called them clubs to make people think we were fancier than we were. But the one thing I noticed about the difference between the South pretty much and the North is that the North had like bar and grills. Like people would go in there like for sandwiches and to kind of hang out. Whereas here in Florida anyway, and I didn't play too many other states in the South, but it was all about drinking.
Yeah.
Whereas up north, it was a lot of eating and drinking.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
More of a social setting up north.
I guess.
Kind of thing.
More food up north than in the bars
It was
down
a lot
here.
of sandwiches. Yeah, I remember sandwiches and drinks. And down here, it was just basically drinks.
I think that's changing, though. I think they're serving sandwiches now. Cause like you
Well, I haven't played bars, in years.
Yeah.
So. God, we're up against the clock. All right. Learning about history is the last thing. Anyway, the older you get, the more exciting it is to learn about history, especially your own family, genealogy. Galen, we have 20 seconds. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today, Larry, is actually, I just forgot. We're at the bridge at Ocala.
The bridge.
So the bridge at Ocala. I don't know where that is.
That's a beautiful facility. It's right down the road from here. It's an assisted living facility. All right, Donny Bud, Galen, thank you for all you do, and thank you for being on the air with us. We'll be right back.
You guys are the absolute best. Bye all.
Anti-ISIS protests on the streets of Jordan after their captured pilot is killed by the militant group, Amman promising punishment and revenge.
2 al-Qaeda prisoners were executed before dawn, including Iraqi Sajida al-Rishawi, who Jordan was willing to trade for the pilot. Al-Rishawi was sentenced to death for her role in a failed suicide bombing in Amman in 2005. Ziad al-Karbuli, also an Iraqi, was hanged.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher. A search for answers underway after the deadliest crash in the history of the New York area's Metro North Line when a commuter train slammed into an SUV on the track.
The driver of the car has perished, as well as 6 people.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, and at least 19 people have died in a plane crash in Taiwan. Another 24 are missing. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News on your time. The Fox News iPad app is ready to go with all the great features from FoxNews.com and our iPhone app optimized specifically for your iPad. Watch the latest clips from your favorite Fox News shows. Personalize the app by creating your own newscast using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen, wishing you everyone a happy New Year. And to start it off right, you need a hot, juicy, char-grilled bacon cheeseburger, fried drink, and a sundae for just $5. Or try our famous chicken strips or wraps. Nobody offers all this quality and value but Dairy Queen. And this offer's good till 4 p.m. every day at Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Tea is now the second most consumed beverage in the world, and green tea in particular can do everything from help us lose weight, to protect our memory, to lower our risk for heart disease, even cancer. It's nearly impossible to gain even 1 pound of permanent weight in a single day. You're all high-fiving yourselves now, right? So how can you be more focused and in the moment? Wiggling your toes, and then taking a moment to focus all your attention on how that feels.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.